Alright. And we're back. And, now we begin investigation. It's investigation time. Let's get to it. Oh, man. Not feeling good about this. You know what? Just because I haven't done it yet, and I kind of need to, I think, I'm going to do a round of the Monomi minigame before we get into all of that, because all of that is going to be rough. I love that. Right. And this is the music from Monomi's version of the intro, the dating sim intro. Right. Anyway, I don't know how to play this game. WASD, space, shift, and tab. Okay. And I don't have any equipment, so let's do this. This is how Monomi beat the Mono Beasts, by the way. This is what this is. Yeah. Okay. I don't know how this works. Probably. Oh, can I use the other shift? No, I cannot. That's unfortunate. I can use the arrow keys though, so that's good. Right. This is probably way easier with a controller. Ow. Like a lot easier with the controller. Ow. Ah. Okay. Transform. My arrow keys are too small on this keyboard. I'm fat fingering all over the place. Ow. Ah. I can't. This is not... See, I keep hitting the down button when I want to hit the up button and vice versa. How did that not... Okay. This is not easy. How many waves are there? This. I didn't expect that this was going to take this long. Ah. Here's the boss. Ow. Ow. I have no idea what I'm doing. Ow. I'm not gonna beat this. I don't think. Ah. Running. Ah. I missed. And I'm dead. Yeah, I did not win. That's a shame. Oh well. But now I've got new equipment though, so I've got sturdy branch, red and white headband, and that thing. Yeah. Anyway. Did I need to save? Still got my stuff. Right. I don't know what that does for my actual game, but now that we've put off the serious stuff, I think we've put it off long enough. Let's Mahiru Kozui, the ultimate photographer. She had an unyielding force of personality, but she was actually very good taking care of people. And she was always straightforward. Toward us and toward herself, she was also always facing forward. She was that kind of person. Why her? Why Mahiru? Why? Just putting this out there, top of my list of suspects at the moment is Hiyoko. Just saying. But, regardless. Yeah. Now, call me crazy, but that doesn't look like enough of a head wound to cause that much blood. Like, that looks like a lot of blood, but why did this happen to her? The muscles in my face stiffened and grew hard. Darkness clouded my vision. My legs started to wobble, and I instinctively placed my hand against the wall.
Damn it!
Hey, Hajime. Before this, we were having a great time, right? We were excited about going to the beach. We were having a lot of fun. Yeah. But why?
Are you kidding me?
Why did something like this happen? Someone tell me. Because we were having too much fun, and we're not allowed to have fun in this game. In this game, there is only room for sadness and, well, despair. I obviously don't know what's going on either.
Oh!
Huh? Hi. Yeah, that's about right. Now's not the time to make bubbles. Hurry and get the others. Hibiki instantly left the beach house. Sure, it took some time for everyone else to come here. They had to change and whatnot. Must have taken some time. But I didn't really want to know. I didn't really know how much time had passed. My senses were numbed. My emotions were also numbed. Within me, various layers were peeling off. My senses started to return, around the time I realized that the others were already here.
Huh?
Girls were standing outside the door leading to the beach, their faces pale with terror.
Something like this.
See, it's hitting me now. Like I wasn't feeling much of anything, much like Hajime. I wasn't feeling much of anything until right about now, and now I'm starting to feel it, and it's like, oh man. Cause you know, like, we know with Byakuya, right? We knew that, you know, someone had stabbed him during the blackout during the party. Here, we have no idea what happened. We have no idea who it could have been. I mean, we'll have to check the Monokuma file to see when it happened, because if it happened, like, within the last hour or so, then all of the girls, Hajime and Kazuichi, well, all of the girls except Hiyoko, Hajime and Kazuichi are all in the clear. Which means it only could have been Hiyoko, Fuyuhiko, or Gundam, or Nekomaru. Right? But then if it happened before, like, recently, well, it had to be kind of recently because people saw her this morning, didn't they? Yeah. Didn't Akane say that she'd seen Mahiru outside of the hotel this morning? But she didn't want to come eat with everybody. So that means it has to have happened since breakfast. Now, of course, between now and breakfast, it could have been pretty much anybody. So we're gonna need to see when it happened, because that will either narrow down our possibilities to only a few people, or make it so that it could have been literally anybody. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, I'm actually shaking slightly right now. This is not good. This is... See, I didn't think it was affecting me. Because I don't remember... As far as I remember, Byakuya's death didn't affect me very much. But this, now... This... Well, because I still don't know what the deal is with Byakuya. Whether he's actually Byakuya, or... what the heck is going on with him? That's still a big mystery for the player to figure out. But it's different with Mahiru, and yeah. Anyway, for heaven's sake, what in the world is going on? With their pale faces still intact, the girls began wobbling toward the beach house, until a voice stopped them.
Hold it.
Hold on a sec. There's things beneath you. Be careful not to step on them. What things?
What? See?
Footprints, aye? And you have noticed these? Uh-huh. Prints leading out of the beach house. Good, good. Well, here's the thing. We did see Hiyoko running from here. So those are likely hers. Doesn't necessarily mean she did it. Like I said, she's top of the list of suspects, but that was right away. Because, and I mean, even if the murder happened within the last hour or two, then Hiyoko is still pretty high on the list of suspects, but well, because if it did happen within the last hour, then it could have only been 4 people, right? Because Nagito's still locked up, and all of the other girls, with the exception of Hiyoko, were going to the beach, and then of course myself and Kazuichi were waiting for them. We were in the diner. And so it could have only been Gundam, Nekomaru, Fuyuhiko, or Hiyoko. But again, that's assuming it happened recently. It has to have happened since breakfast, but even still, before the last couple of hours, that could have been anybody. So don't step on them.
Huh?
If you need evidence. Monokuma mentioned it in the announcement, right? After a certain amount of time, we'll hold a class trial. Yep.
What the?
Yeah. Don't worry, you'll get used to it. It's gonna happen quite a few times.
You serious?
And are you saying this is...
That's right!
One of you guys killed her. Although not necessarily you guys specifically. Just one of the other students.
Lies!
Killed? That's impossible. Drifted into Monami for a second there. I cannot keep up with all the high voices.
Hey, hey!
It's not like an accident or something. You know, she hit herself in the back of the head with a baseball bat and then threw it away before bleeding out.
Like...
If you think that's an accident, if you guys think that's an accident, that still means this death was caused by someone else's actions, right?
In other words,
That also counts as a legitimate murder. In your rules, maybe. Not in my rules. Though such deaths fall into a gray area, on this island I will make sure it's clear to you guys. On this island, dying from sickness is basically the only death that's not considered a murder. It's impossible to get sick on this and die on this island. Not when Monami takes such good care of people.
what's this?
Oh, speaking of which,
I don't like this.
there it is. The silent treatment attack. This is like the #1 thing that hurts me. Well, fine. I'm not gonna lose to your bashing. I've decided to become a tough kid. This is the worst. Once again, this horrible nightmare. Another victim. And it's all because of Monokuma.
No way!
Jeez, it's not my fault. Huh? Then whose fault is it, you ask?
Yoo-hoo!
To find out, we hold the class trial.
So,
Let's begin already. No whining, just begin already.
it's the Monokuma file!
Da 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 da. This should start to feel familiar. Yeah, well, it already does because I've seen the first game. But
Do your best.
now then, do your very best to investigate. I'll see you later at the class trial. Yeah, boo-hoo.
Hey!
Yes, actually, that's a good point. She should have stopped the murder before it occurred, but she probably doesn't have access to the cameras, so there's no way she could have known, but still. Don't you have that kind of power? Sure you did.
Perhaps.
Even if she tried to stop it. Judging from Monokuma and Monami's relationship, there's no doubt she'd get stopped herself. Yeah, figures. Only about 3 times, huh?
So basically,
You have no idea what's happening on this island in the first place. That about sums it up, yeah. Yes, you are the worst. Now go away. Hey, now's not the time to focus on something like that. More importantly, what should we do? Yes, we do. It's time to put your nursing skills to work again with another autopsy, because I'm sure that's going to come in handy. I mean, it's fairly obvious, or it seems fairly obvious how she was killed, but you never know. Yes, we do.
why?
Yes, she was.
Damn it!
No, you are not. This is going to happen at least 4 more times. Ugh. Well, no, 3 more times? Yeah. Well, yeah, it depends on how closely it follows the first game. Because in the first game you had Sayaka, who was killed by Leon, and of course Junko, was killed by Monokuma as a punishment. And then Mondo killed Chihiro. And then Hifumi killed Taka. And then Celeste killed Hifumi. And then Sakura killed herself, and then there was the phony trial that Monokuma set up that you had to do actually twice. So, depending on how closely this one follows the first game, it may only happen actually one more time. Although I feel like this game we might actually have 5 separate murder trials, and then the last one to figure out what the heck is going on. But hey. So it's gonna happen at least 3 more times then, probably. Well, either way, there's gonna be at least 4 more trials, but some of them may be kind of phony or weird. Anyhow. Everyone feels the same, but we can't do anything else except do it. And there's no way we can just ignore the reason my hero was killed.
Hey.
Yeah.
'Cause it's bad.
Indeed.
Well?
Yeah, although I mean, you're not wrong, but I'm somehow doubtful that it's gonna be so sympathetic this time. I just think it's unlikely. It's really all Monokuma's fault. I understand that too. But even so.
Killing. I'll never allow it.
Yeah. I believe I said something similar during the first trial, that at the very least we ought to want to uncover and punish whoever it was that killed Byakuya. I mean, this is not the ideal way to punish them with the way Monokuma does it, but it's what we've got, so. She usually had her head in the clouds, so for her to say something like that, she probably can't forget this at all. But that's true of me too.
Understood.
Regardless, everyone is going to die if we don't do it. In order for us all to survive, we must do it. Yeah.
I'm gonna do it!
Yeah. Let's do this.
Perhaps.
My hero probably wants us to do this too. She would want us to reveal the truth behind her death. Probably. Yeah. Yes, take all the time you need. Just your skills are going to be very useful, so yes, also do that, although I think Kyoko already knows, but if all you heard was the announcement, you wouldn't know where the murder took place.
Hey.
Let's get to it. Yep. It's the $1 billion question. That's right. You have to do it. It's the only way. I don't want to do this, but that's more the reason for us to finish this. I'm the only person who can do this because I'm the main character, and so therefore I have to be the one to solve everything. Yeah, let's look at the Monokuma file. Find out if everybody has alibis or not. Because if this happened earlier than about 2, actually no. If it happened, if it happened earlier than 2:30, actually, then I think everybody's alibis that I was going over, they don't hold up. I mean, heck, if that's the case, if it happened at, say, 2, that could easily be the reason Kazuichi was late meeting Hajime at the store. Because he could have been the one to do it. So, yeah, if it was earlier than 2:30, nobody has an alibi. It could be anybody. Victim is Mahiro Kurizumi. Time of death. Estimated time of death is around 3. Okay. That means it can only be those 4 that I was talking about. It has to be Gundam, Fuyuhiko, Nekomaru, or Hyoko. Everybody else was elsewhere. Although, it might have been, because they met around 4, didn't they? And actually, it should be about 4 at this point. More like 4:15 now, maybe. Akane might have been able to. Well, heck, most of them might have. Actually, no, you know what? If it was at 3... I'm trying to think. 'Cause Ibuki and Nikon got to the diner at about 3:30, and then everybody else showed up at about 4. So actually, it could have been... It actually could have been any of the girls, theoretically. But... I mean, most of them would have been changing, right? So... I don't know, man. I know then that it wasn't Kazuichi, and it clearly wasn't Hajime. And Makoto's, or I called him Makoto. Nagito is still locked up. So actually, it could have been any of the girls in theory. But Ibuki and Mikon were together, so they can back each other up. But everybody else, the other ones, other 4, showed up separately. So, who's got alibis? Scene of the crime where the body was discovered is inside the beach house at Chambly Beach. Cause of death is a single killing blow to the head with a blunt instrument. Which, again, that seems like a lot of blood for a single blow to the head. But, yeah. I'm not a criminal investigator. I don't know. I don't know these things. Although, I mean, I caught the fact that in the first trial that the blood on the knife was not consistent with it having been used to stab somebody, so therefore it couldn't have been the murder weapon. So, yeah, but I mean that should be fairly obvious to pretty much anybody. No other conspicuous external entries, and no trace of foreign substances such as drugs. Around 3 p.m., that's the time Kazuichi and I arrived at the diner. We'd just gone to the beach house instead. Nah, now's not the time to feel regret. I need to focus on doing as much as I can right now. And I'm gonna find out the truth behind Mahira's death. It's the only way the rest of us can survive. Well, let's get to it. Well, there's the murder weapon. According to the Monokuma file, a fatal blow dealt to Mahiro with a blunt object. Blunt object. It's this metal bat, right? This metal bat.
Yep.
Is it? Oh, really? Huh?
Well?
There's a girl named... I still can't get over the fact that they are just girl A through E, and that's just their names. Yes. And she was killed on the 4th day. There's the bat. Okay, good. Got a better look at this, and this is a real picture. I mean, the bat. The bat and the blood are pretty obviously photoshopped in, but this is a real picture of a real person. Which is kind of freaky. Girl was killed with a blow from a metal bat, just like we hear it.
Hey, hey.
Did you also play that game, Hazume? Is that why you're curious about that metal bat? Yeah, that's exactly it, but did you play it too? Well, obviously. I mean, did you think she wasn't going to? Her whole life, her whole reason for being here is based on video games. You think she was not going to play the video game? And I'm sure you know this, but the case this time is strongly connected to Twilight Sigil murder case, I think. Yeah, I mean, considering that was the motive, somehow. To solve the mystery behind Mahira's death, you probably need to solve that game's mystery too. Well, that's going to be interesting. You just solved the game's mystery, and all the clues in it were lousy and useless. I mean, it started ambiguously, and it was still ambiguous when it ended.
That's wrong.
That's because you haven't beaten the game. Really? Finished the game with the game over, but you were able to beat it? I like how she gets offended by that. I'm not entirely sure what she's trying to say here, but right. So what am I supposed to do to actually beat the game? I can't stop thinking about that for some reason. For now, I should focus on this investigation. So, it's okay to say this metal bat is absolutely a murder weapon, right? Probably. Certainly looks that way. Ah, wait a minute. Wait a minute. It looks like blood was splashed onto it, though. Like from above, or yeah, like onto the floor where it is, and not. Now I'm suspicious that this might not be the where it went. Okay. Wow. Aha. I knew the trash can. I knew the trash can was gonna hide evidence. There was a clue inside the trash can. That's what I thought, but only a bunch of empty plastic bottles. Don't see anything that looks like a clue. Well, those bottles weren't there before. Guess it's not that easy, huh? But it's still a truthful. Oh, wait a minute. There's a whole rack of bottles from inside here that's missing, isn't there? Compared to last time, I feel like there's less drinks. Did people take a lot of drinks from here? Not only that, the only drinks left in here look either sweetened or colored. They look unhealthy. Well, I thought for a second that maybe someone used some, like, red soda to put fake blood stains around, but blood stains on the floor. It shakes as if she crawled through them. That doesn't make much sense, because it looks like it splashed out behind it. Strange from when the hero tried to run away during the attack. So she used all her energy to crawl away and took her last breath as she was leaning against the door. That... I don't know about that. There's something about the way the blood is positioned. Because it looks like there's blood on the door handle. This is obviously suspicious. This is a mask? Someone bring this from the toy section of the supermarket? Maybe party goods. Regardless, why is this even here? Good question.
Could it be?
Well, I mean, maybe, but with everybody's outfits and hairstyles, I think just concealing one's face would not do much to hide your identity. And also, why would you do that? Because if the only person that's going to see your face is the person that you're going to kill, you don't necessarily need to hide your face. This is making me more suspicious of Hiyoko. They totally stand out. I mean, it's such a gaudy mask.
Huh?
Yeah. What about it? Seen this? Right, of course you know that. Of course you do. Viewership in your country surpasses 90%. So, 9 people? Or maybe 90? Anime that has a viewership of only 90%. Is Sony's country really alright? No, it's just really small.
It cannot be.
But why would it be, though? Why would it be? Because... What about it? Could it be what?
I am sorry!
Rushed out of the beach house. Her.
It appears.
Looks like she knows something. How suspicious. Perhaps it's related to, what is it, Sparkling Justice that she was talking about? That serial killer that she mentioned? Maybe what she knows.